Welcome to another backstage interview at the Metals Investor Forum. I am joined now by Mike Allen of Eclipse Gold Mining. Thanks for joining me again, Mike.
No problem. Thanks for taking the time, Gwen.
So I have sort of two lines of questioning here. The first is, you're drilling right now, so I really want to just take a moment to set the stage for when results come out. So can you just give us the lay of the land in terms of what specifically you're testing, and then within that, I mean, you're a geologist, you know this company or this project inside and out. What do you think looks like success for these holes? What are you hoping to see when you get numbers or results back from this round of work?
Yeah, our first round of drilling, which we completed a while ago, was really just a proof of concept. It was more of a gold, no gold question in the system. And so we answered that there is a significant amount of gold in the system spread over a large area. The second phase is trying to answer a bit more complicated of a question, which is to get the geometry and the consistency that we want to see from a deposit going. And so we're testing a bunch of different drill patterns and just trying to get that geometry nailed down so that we can get a predictable model that will ultimately lead to a resource estimate and then into the development pipeline. So that's sort of where we're at right now. In terms of where the project is at right now, we're 6 holes into it. Labs are brutal in the States right now with the backups. Nevada probably being worse than most right now. And so, what is success is actually getting a predictive geological model down, and then obviously, having the grades and that will start to indicate that we're building on towards something that'll be economic and significant. So, I think by the end of the program, we'll have a pretty good idea of what our geometry is and how things are looking. And we've also got some interesting some exploration targets, so we'll be able to think about things further to the field as well.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, the lab backups are certainly brutal, and I know BC's terrible because it's such a seasonal place, but Nevada's also, I'm sure, terrible just because of the amount of work that's going on down in the state.
Absolutely. I mean, drill contractors for love nor money, parts, if God help you if anything goes wrong. It's a very competitive environment right now for everything right now. Everything's the new toilet paper, as the saying goes.
Great saying. I hadn't actually heard that. Okay, so you guys are drilling, waiting for results. I think it's interesting to note you obviously did your first round of drilling, like you say, that gold or no gold phase. Then there was a pause where you did geophysics, which was important to inform this round of drilling, which is more structural and understanding the model. In the interim, your share price remained remarkably stable, which is unusual for a junior explorer where what's happening today and what will happen tomorrow often has more impact on the price than what we've seen with yours. I think, to me, that harkens back to who's in the company in terms of the shareholder registry. And I sort of throw that question to you. You saw an opportunity at this Hercules Gold project that sort of came into your sites, and you wanted to put it in a vehicle that was structured that it could do as well as possible if the project delivered. What was your process in structuring that vehicle? Because I think it's kind of a cool, you and I have chatted about this, but it's kind of a good insight into some of the factors that matter in building a junior company that a lot of people don't necessarily see at the fore.
Well, a lot of it comes down to just the people. That is a key factor of it all. I was lucky enough when I did my previous job, Northern Empire, to get to know Doug Hurst, who was a wonderful individual, and then that led to the introduction between myself and Sandstorm or Pathway Capital, and those people really are between Pathway Capital and Doug. Those are sort of the key backers of the company. So the big 3 shareholders in the company are myself, Marcel de Groot, and Doug Hurst, and collectively we probably have about 25% of the stock right now. In terms of how we structured it, that as we were making the company, all the shares were escrowed, and we structured it and this was a suggestion of one of my other directors, to exceed the TSX requirements. So we don't have that flush of early paper coming out quickly that you're seeing companies getting hit with. The other thing that how we structured the company was also to avoid that flush is when we did our financing, we did a $12 million bought deal financing earlier this year, and that was with Beacon and Canaccord. It was a prospectus financing, so it was free trading the day that it started, and so I've seen articles around that there's $800 million worth of paper that's going to come free trading here in another couple of days. We went through that process months ago, and all turned over all the stock, and we don't have that overhead on us right now. So as the results come out, it's people that are interested in the story. They've just entered into the company and are going to be looking for to hold on for the leg up, as opposed to, well, I've just got this free trading paper, it's already run, and I'm just going to make an exit.
It's interesting. I mean, I think this opens up a can of worms of topics when it comes to junior explorers, because it would be nice if junior explorers really just traded on results, but there's all these other pressures that come and go for each stock, and structuring the stock, things like prospectus offerings, things like having not just, escrowed stock with management, but having supportive shareholders in your registry. These things really matter, I think, more than a lot of people necessarily see.
Mm-hmm. No, I think that's true. I mean, having the people that are around, and success attracts success. Like people that have had wins understand that this takes a bit of time. Understands that, well, okay, the labs are backed up. I'm not going to panic because we're just waiting for results, because this is the normal course of business when you're in a big gold cycle. And people get to have a bit more patience for dealing with it. And you also have a better relationship with your shareholders. You talk to them on a daily basis and just keep them informed as best you can as to what you're doing and what you're trying, and that really helps with people. And having that well-structured company definitely helps with that.
Well, so well-structured company, waiting for results. Do you dare give a prediction on when you might actually see some numbers, or is your crystal ball not so accurate these days?
The lab is just down the hill from my house, and I can actually quasi predict when the cycle is going on, because I see the help wanted sign going on, and to actually try and predict it, I don't know. I mean, I don't think that the lab's geared up, and it takes however long it takes to run a sample, and they're just running at capacity. So I couldn't dare to predict how quickly this is going to come out.
Well, in the meantime, we'll all just have to hold our breath and have faith in your structural theories for the Hercules project, I suppose.
Sounds good. Well,
thanks for your time today, Mike, and we'll keep up with the news.